Now from the University of Okoboji, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee.
Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. I'm Jeff Thee, coming to you from the Dickinson County Museum, and my friend Mary Dreier is here with me. And Mary, we are standing in what is known as the waiting room.
Yeah.
Why? Why are we waiting here?
Oh, we've been waiting a long time,
You've been
Jeff.
waiting to wait.
I loved your segue there. We've been waiting a long time. We've never been in here in the winter before.
No.
We have rarely been here in the summer because in the summer it is beastly hot out here. And in the winter it is so cold, water would freeze out here.
Yeah.
But no more.
There's a little something over my shoulder here.
There is a little something over your shoulder. We are in the waiting room today because A, it's a very cool room and we're going to be talking about it.
Okay.
B, because it's warm.
It's warm in here.
And ask me why it's warm.
Mary, can I ask you, why is it warm in here?
That was a leading question. It is warm in here because over the past 2 weeks when you've been away, we have done some amazing things here. Thanks to a very nice grant and some other contributions. We, in the past 2 weeks, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I certainly am.
Are you sitting down?
No, but I am braced for just about anything you throw at me.
This is good enough that you need to be braced for this. We have had insulation installed in the walls of this entire structure except for our freight room.
Right.
Okay, we've had blown-in foam, expanding foam insulation blown in.
Yep.
You can't even tell on the outside, on the inside.
No.
You can't even tell.
No, it doesn't look any different.
But it certainly feels different.
Yes, it does.
Yes. The insulation contractor told me there was not one speck of insulation in this entire structure.
Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it from the time era. I mean, they didn't.
Yeah, but they didn't over the years either.
Right, yeah.
But when you figure that this building wasn't used as a depot since 1971 or so, that explains some of it. But not a speck of insulation in this whole building.
Yeah.
And it's 2x6 construction. So we have 6 inches of expandable foam insulation in the walls in here. And they're coming back in a couple of weeks and they're going to spray in insulation up in the attic structure, which I got to go in with the contractor.
Yeah.
It is so cool. It's almost cathedral-like.
Yeah.
What makes it cool is the structure's made out of old-growth timber. Think about it. This was built in 1883.
Oh my goodness, sure.
How old this is.
Yeah.
No knots in the lumber.
Yeah.
Just straight and true lumber.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very cool. Actually, very warm.
Yes.
I had to catch myself there. And the other thing that is making this warm enough to be in are the lovely little structures that we have. We have 3 of them, little boxes. I call them magic boxes. They're the technical term is mini splitters. Yeah. And they provide heat in the winter and cooling in the summer. Which
means that as we move into our cold season here, and we are certainly getting there, you can come and enjoy this and see all the history that it has to offer. And then next July, when it's sweltering out there, it'll be cool in here.
Yeah, there was one time last summer when I put a thermometer out in the freight room just so I could see the temperature. It was 96 degrees. Yeah, a little on the warm side.
And you and I talked about this before I took off here for a couple of weeks, in preserving the artifacts that are in here, climate control is so important.
This organ has been out here in the freezing cold and the hot, humid, hot summer. It still works, but it's pretty amazing that it does.
Oh, it is.
Artifacts, these valuable artifacts that we love and have been put into the museum in the public trust really need to be in a climate-controlled space, and now they are.
Yes.
For the first time ever.
Good job on surviving all of these things here.
Thank you, artifacts. But many thanks to the Dickinson County Endowment Fund and the other funds that we raised for this project. It is enabling us to use this space year-round, and also we use the attic space, the former living quarters upstairs, for artifact storage.
Yes.
And it's actually warm up there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I probably need to adjust the heat down a little bit on that. But it has made a huge difference. The other thing it has made is an even huger difference yet to be. And that is, we've been sort of spilling the beans for a while that we had a big announcement coming up. While you were away, Jeff, we made the big announcement. Do you know what the big announcement is?
Why don't you go ahead and just lay it on me?
I would love to. This historic building, built in 1883, which was the hub of the community. Everything that came into the community came through this building. Everything and everybody that left the community left through this building.
Right.
It was everything.
Yeah.
But for the last decades, it hasn't really been. We've had artifacts out here, whatever.
Yeah.
But it could be so much more. And it's going to be so much more. What we are embarking on is a process where we're going to be converting the depot back into the way it was. Yes, and the heat and the insulation and the cooling are what's enabling that to happen.
Right.
For the past year or so, we have been engaged with a firm called Edwards Creative out of the Quad Cities, who specializes in museum design. And we've had a depot committee, Depot Project Committee, who has been working faithfully with Edwards Creative to make our wishes known. And we've gathered lots of photographs, lots of artifacts of the way the depot was.
Right.
And together, it's been a real collaborative process, and we are so pleased with the design work that Edwards has done for us. We will be making no structural changes in the building at all. The main change will be a portable change. Actually, we're going to be constructing a portable wall in this room that will divide this waiting room actually into 4 spaces.
Okay.
So let me start you at the beginning, though, because this is really fun. Okay. You know, everybody comes into the museum through the waiting room. Okay, you're in the waiting room and you want to come into the depot. You will enter the depot through what we call the portal to the past. The portal to the past is the little hallway that's currently there. It's going to be redone as a train car. We're going to have videos on each side of the walls.
Oh, wow.
Showing a trip from, say, Milford up to here.
Right.
The scenery from that trip. We're going to have the sounds of the wheels going. So you'll actually feel like you're in a train car.
Sure.
Okay? You get out of the train car in this room.
Right.
And the first space that you enter is our platform area. And it will be like the platform where luggage and baggage would have been unloaded. And in this area, we are going to have trunks and suitcases and things like that filled with items that folks would have brought here with them, say about 1900 or so.
Right.
That people can look at and see. We're going to have some signage. We're also going to have, get this, a simulated steam engine.
Oh my God.
Yes, with levers and bells and whistles and all sorts of things that kids can pretend that they're being trained engineers in this area. And then you walk around to this area of the waiting room.
Right.
And this will be kind of our map area where we will show how the railroads impacted the life, not just in Spirit Lake, but in the county and also probably the state. We'll have maps showing the progress of the railroads. We will have descriptions and stories about each of the communities in Dickinson County as part of this.
Right.
And there will be a train track that the kids can build on the wall. It's going to be so cool, Jeff. Okay.
Very interactive. I love it so far.
Then after you leave here, you'll come around to the ticket area.
Okay.
The highlight of the ticket area is our actual ticket booth, which is still here.
Yeah.
That's the actual ticket booth. Kids will be able to stamp tickets. We'll have rubber stamps for the kids to use for this. We will bring in our bench that started out in this depot, and that will be the bench for people to wait to get their tickets. And there will be other maps and things here for kids to do. And we will also have on display H.B. Dyson, who was the last active railroad agent here, his actual coveralls that have never been washed. They still smell like oil and steam. They're just so
goodness.
cool. They'll be on display. Okay, from there you go into the depot agent's office. And this isn't going to be as exciting for you or me as it will be for the kids. Okay? We are going to have, are you ready?
Sure.
Real typewriters for the kids to type on. Now, Edward's creator came up with this idea of building computerized typewriters where the kids would type and it would be a computer, it wouldn't be a typewriter, and then they'd see on a screen what they're typing. And we said, we have 17 typewriters here. Let's pull out our old typewriters and let kids actually type on real typewriters. They're going to go nuts with this.
Can you still find ribbon and stuff? Is it
online?
Okay,
yes.
It's still out there.
Yes, my friend Mr. Amazon has just about everything. And then also we'll have telegraph keys for the kids to use. And we haven't quite figured out how we're going to make this happen, but the idea will be that kids, for instance, can tap their names or other messages, and like I said, we don't quite have that all figured out yet. And one of my favorite parts of this is, we have the bump out window where the depot agent would sit. We're going to have a graphic in that window of a full-size steam engine.
Oh my
goodness. These things were humongous, Jeff. And everybody will finally be able to see just how massive these things were. Because it more than fills this window space. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And the back end of the depot agent's office will be stories about how it was to live in the structure. Did you know that our first telegrapher here, our first telegraph agent, was a 16-year-old girl?
No.
Eva Ballou was her name.
Eva Ballou.
And we are going to have her diary out.
Oh my.
And she might even read it to you. We're not sure about that yet. And we've got our crank telephone. Well, you might be able to talk to the depot agent with that. And
it is a true step back in time.
It is. And then you'll come back out, and on the east side of the waiting room, we have our Midsummer Paradise. And what that is going to be, it's going to be filled with memorabilia about what you could do back in 1900 here at the Lakes area, like posters for the Orleans Hotel, the steamship tables, with
the times,
and stuff like that, advertising brochures, directions here, there, and other places, and also pointing folks back to exhibits that we have in the main exhibit hall. Isn't it cool, Jeff?
It's just so exciting.
It is.
I'm excited for visitors coming here to the museum.
I know.
If you've been to this museum 100 times, you're going to have a whole new experience.
Oh, it's going to be totally new, and it's going to be stuff that you can touch and feel and play with and learn from.
And bring even. You talk about kids, but there's us bigger kids with little gray.
I can just see you at the steam engine.
Oh, Jeff. I can too.
Yeah.
Even with a typewriter. I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah. So
I'll bring my own white out.
And carbon paper?
And carbon paper,
oh my gosh, Back in the good old days.
Back in the good old days.
Yeah. So this process, we just announced it at our annual meeting a week ago today. And we're just getting the ball rolling on this. We already have some funds promised for this. Of course, we're looking for help from the community and businesses and governmental agencies and everybody to help us do this project. It is going to change the way this museum works and operates, and it will be a true destination. It's going to add so much to the whole area.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, we're so excited. So if you have questions, please contact us here at the museum. You'll be seeing media press releases. You'll be hearing about us on the radio and TVs. And
I imagine we'll be talking about it.
Well, I do.
Just a guess.
I think maybe so. Yeah. We'll talk about this. But it's so exciting. We hope, it might be a dream, but we're doing this as we have the cash. We're proceeding at the speed of cash, as Jeff Birkin says.
Yes.
He's our treasurer.
And that's what it is, too.
Yes. So we're not going to do anything until we have the cash in hand. So we would love to add your contributions to the pot so that we can...
To the future of the past.
I love that, Jeff.
I got to know, you throw it in. You bet.
The future of the past. You did it, Jeff.
Oh, well, I'm done for the day. Thanks.
Yes.
Good night, everybody. Oh, yeah. And how can people contribute? What's the best
How
way
they
to?
can contribute is on our website. They can mail a check to us here. They can give us a call. They can stop in. We can talk about special arrangements. Whatever.
Yeah.
We just appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I think it's a great gift to give somebody, in the family name or something, a contribution that.
Yes, and for Christmas.
And for Christmas.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, what a wonderful way.
The last time I did fundraising, I was selling Girl Scout cookies. So I think things have changed a bit.
Can I get some Thin Mints with my contribution?
Yeah, really. It wouldn't be all bad.
Well, it's just so exciting, Mary, and what's happened already is very exciting. It's nice to stand here on the 1st of November, and it's warm in here.
I know.
And comfortable, and so much more to come, and we look forward to it. Thank you for sharing the good news.
Oh, thanks for letting me, Jeff. It's been great fun. I appreciate the time.
We can do more shows out here now. Do you realize that? Yes.
Yes, we can.
The heat is following us. It's kind of a really cool thing. All right, my friend. And Way Back Wednesdays, we're still going with Way Back. And
we talked about, are you ready for this, Jeff?
What's coming?
We talked about outhouses today and how they worked and how you cleaned them and how you built them. And we never know where the conversation is going for sure, but it's always, always good.
Well, sounds like fun.
And I just learned today we're going to be having 80 first graders from Spirit Lake here in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
For Pioneer Days. That's going to be so
That'd be perfect.
fun.
Let them use an outhouse. They'll really learn something. In late November, yeah.
Oh, geez.
All right, my friend. Again, thank you so very much, and congratulations on everything going on here at the Dickinson County Museum.
It's so fun. Thank you, Jeff.
My pleasure as always. Mary Dreier, again, the director of Dickinson County Museum. Its history coming alive and getting more alive. We want to thank Mary for her time. We thank you for watching us right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you in part by the Scott Troutman State Farm Agency in Spirit Lake, Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. The headquarters of the University of Okoboji is at the Three Sons, open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Ruthven Locker at the Lake, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji.